What's your biggest pet peeve when it comes to social media? Seeing some people's posts daily from the same person. Sometimes it's something miserable and I don't want to see it as it's all they're posting. Or post that seems like the other person is extremely happy but seems obsessed about it. The other thing I really dislike is the ads. Especially when they think you might like it because you were on some other site looking something up. I can't stand that observation lol. When it uses fear to cross-sell products. Or any time it unethically tries to manipulate your mental state. Obviously my social media knew I was having a baby, search history. The fact I made a baby registry etc., and it started showing me life-saving videos of a baby almost choking on Instagram. Then on Facebook advertisements for that life-saving product for baby. My social media fed into my fears as a new parent and made my postpartum anxiety so much worse by serving up content about sudden infant death, RSV etc. It's not a secret that social media tries to make you depressed so that you shop. And I really hate that. It has pros as with most things. But the con I see are relating mostly to mental health and body image. For me, it is not okay for us to promote 16-year-olds or even 20-year-olds getting Botox or filler saying it's not permanent. When studies are starting to come out now about filler and its long-lasting effects for example. And to be clear, I'm not judging those of you who have it or want to. Lord knows there are certain things I want to change about my body. But when I look deeper and ask myself why, I do see social media and beauty companies pushing an ideal beauty. It's sad because people are starting to all look the same. They get irritated by unnecessary sex scenes in movies and TV? Bored not irritated. Worst offender recently was 1899. Bunch of graphics gay sex mixed in for no reason. They've been determined necessary from their metrics following audience engagement which is related to the budget needed to make the rest of the show. The one that got me was Fleischman is in Trouble. Interesting characters and pacing but I can't sit through the middle-aged divorced dad porn they shoved into every episode. Yes, and also the kissing noises. I'm not even bothered by noises, but were they using a dog's licking their balls soundboard or what the F? Understand. I have stopped watching movies because of the excessive sex scenes. Yes, like just imply it. I'll get it. I don't need to watch them do it. Yeah, especially when it's done so over the top. Look at me. We're doing a racy sex scene in quad. Yes. I find sex scenes awkward because they're nothing like actual sex. They also seem to go on forever. In the new Star Trek movie franchise. When Kirk walks in on the Admiral's daughter getting dressed and she's just in a sports bra. Just why is that a scene? Zero relation to the plot. Same. Ugh. I hate it. Unless it's somehow necessary for the plot or an arc to move forward. I hate it. The writer was just horny from being in his room completely alone writing the screenplay and not having sex for months and he decided boy characters and girl characters' private parts fit. Let's can we UHHM do you think we can and quat? All the time. I get so bored of it. Got was especially bad. I love the show. But sometimes I would have to change it to something else because the amount of unnecessary sex and nudity was just obnoxious. In most shows and movies it feels like a lazy way to fill time. Make the implications and go. What bothers more in life the older you get? Shitty drivers. Like. Completely oblivious and unpredictable drivers, off distracted. Not going WTH the flow. Thinking they are being safer by going slower when really they are causing problems. Aggressive drivers are fine as long as they are safe and aggressive. I'd rather an aggressiver driver who wants to get out of a dangerous situation than some soccer mom who thinks she's doing the world a favor by controlling other people's traffic with her vehicle. Each week I meet with some excellent younger people who are smart and good at what they do. They have wanted to meet with me each week to learn and to help them through life. I look forward to the times we meet each week. It allows me to ask them questions about their life and people their age. They are beginning to see how some others who are their own age do not listen well and ask questions but try to impress someone with their answers. I understand more of the nuances of life and things I studied and read about. I have read about 100 books a year for over 40 years. For many years I met with an older man. I know the benefits of that. Restaurants. I know this is a very first world problem but truly, I'm bothered by them. Why is it so dark in here? I can barely see. Also, why is this music so loud? I can't hear myself think nor have a conversation with my dinner mate. Also, why are dinner plans so late? I need to be in my room by 9 p.m. and hopefully asleep within the hour. Can we have dinner for 5 or 6? When I eat, I'd like to be able to see my food. I also like whatever volume there is to be at a reasonable level. Preferably quieter. This may make me sound like a geezer in a 20-something body but it's true. Satan opens up heck. A lighter version of hell. What kinds of torture are in it? Every beverage is slightly above room temperature. The sodas are flat. Every day everything moves 1 inch in a different direction. The person you least like is there. It's not hot. It's not cold. But you constantly think you're too hot or cold. You're consistently over and underdressed. They only had hard shell tacos and they break apart after 1 bite. One MC clicks on. This is the damage control training team coordinator. Heck is entering a damage control training team environment. Safety is paramount. In the event of an actual casualty. The words actual casualty will be passed. Training time out. Anyone may call a training time out ... and quat. Everything that has to do with being endlessly annoying yet non-harmful physically. Waiting in line and everyone is someone that takes forever to process. Looking for your key, phone, whatever and not finding them while you could swear you just put them there and pause. Traveling in a silent subway except for that one guy that snores or whistle in an annoying way. Being stuck in a workplace with a fire alarm going on but unable to find the way out. And so on. You're on a road trip and stuck behind 2 trucks blocking the road going really slow. You constantly feel like you need to sneeze but you never actually sneeze. All of your socks are slightly damp. Everything is always slightly too loud. You're stuck on a 18-hour flight with a shouty Karen. A baby that's constantly crying. A bratty kid that keeps kicking your seat. There's a guy who keeps throwing up and your screen doesn't work. There is a rock in your shoe that you can't get to come out. No matter how hard you try. All furniture moves slightly after every time you move it so it stubs your toe. You have an itch on your back that you can't reach.